Okay, so this is a quick video on how to make your charts Purty. So first of all, you need to actually click on the chart itself. So if I click on the pivot table over here on the left, then over here on the right, I get the pivot table editor. If I click on the chart, and sometimes you want to double click, so if I double click on the chart over here, then over here I get the chart editor. Okay. So the first thing it shows you is the data. On the last video, I showed you how to change what data is being shown on the x-axis and the y-axis, those sorts of things. This time, we're going to come over here to the Customize menu. I'm going to click Customize. And we're going to start with the chart and axis titles. So we have a pull down here that gives you all of the different places where you can add things. So this is, I'm going to start with chart title. And this is GPA. Oops. This is GPA. And how do you feel? So there's your title. And then I want to do, you could do a subtitle. I'll just put something in here that is, I'll just say subtitle. Right? And so you can have you can have another piece of text in there. And then the horizontal or x-axis, which is down here. In this case, this is how are you feeling? And then I can change this on the vertical axis, which is GPA. Now you see in my chart, I've got a title, a subtitle. This axis is labeled, and this axis is labeled. So I've got this. This is the one place that's kind of hard to figure out. So this says average of GPA, and while that is technically accurate, what would be a better description is that each of these dots really represent a student. Now the problem is it grabs this label from over here, which is the header of this column. So personally, I actually prefer to change the header of this column to be student ID number. And then once you do that, that changes this. Come on, change it to be student ID number. So I actually think that makes more sense in terms of the graph. Unfortunately, it makes this make less sense because this column header indeed was average of GPA. So you got to kind of balance that. But I think in terms of creating a graph that makes the most sense for a scatter plot, this is the way to go. There are a whole lot of other settings, and you can play with them. I certainly encourage you to. That'll give you different colors, add different grid lines, and all those sorts of things. But what I've shown you here are really the required basics. So you need to make sure that each axis is labeled, that the chart has a label, and that the data itself makes good sense. Okay?